Hi everyone, I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to this new episode and this new lesson and practical tips that we are going to tackle again. Last time we talked about we dealt with the English alphabet and the letters and learned how to pronounce the letters. They learned they learned the ABC song and the distinguish between consonants and vowels and between voice and voiceless sounds. Now it's today's lesson is gonna be about greetings, about the English greetings. It's very important to have this lesson right after the English alphabet, so that students will begin to learn and acquire some raw material that they will need in order to start speaking and to start communicating. So the first thing to start with in this new lesson would better be revision of the previous lesson. It will be in the kind of warm up, the ABC song, for instance, right? I personally start with the ABC song again, so that because I asked last time my student to go, I provide them through the WhatsApp group and the remote learning tools with the track of the ABC song together with the pronunciation of the letters and so on, and they ask them to struggle and rehearse to learn that song by heart. Okay, now at this new session and at the very beginning and as a warm-up, we can play the music and then get students rehearse and recite all together the ABC song, right? 1, 2, 3, and then you start it together, okay? A, B, C, and then till they finish. That will be the beginning again of the lesson, and you can review what they have learned concerning the vowels and the consonants and also the voice and voiceless sound, but very shortly and very briefly, okay? So now, as a transition to the new lesson, which is going to be English greeting, it's here where you have to think smartly and creatively try to think of a certain way to bridge the gap between the previous lesson and the new lesson, and present and introduce the English greetings. As for me, I asked again my students, right, as a transition, right? Okay, now we know that, as we said before, that we have 26 letters in English, okay? So that means that each letter has got its own number, right? Or its ordinary number, okay? They say yes, okay? So, and then you tell them, okay, so can you tell me which letter is number 4? They will say D. Which letter is number 3? They would say C, and so on. Okay, now they understood the code. Okay, now based on this code, I can give you right now some words, 4 words, in the form of numbers, right? So then you give your students, some words in the form of numbers. Those words would be some English greetings. Maybe, for instance, 2 greetings when meeting, right? Hi and then hello. They have a few letters, so you can write them in the form of numbers. For instance, hi, it's number H, right? So we have here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. It's number 8, and then number 5. So 8, you write 8, and then dots or points, and then 5 dot in order to separate between a letter and a letter, between a number and a number. Give them, after they understood the code, you give them these words in the form of codes. Hello to, right? 5, 12, 12, and then, right, 5 and so on. Okay? You give them the words or the words of greetings in the form of numbers. Hello, and then hi, and then bye, and then maybe goodbye, or just 3. Right? Hello, hi, and then bye. And then you give them 1 minute. You can, okay, so let's see, now try to search and look up the word, or try to search for the words and find out the words, okay? To discover them. This is some, part of discovery learning, right? Instead of, presenting things explicitly like that, right? And didactically. It's going to be good, right? To have some fun, some sort of games and soon discover and initiate the lesson by themselves instead of initiating the lesson as a teacher. So after 1 or 2 minutes, great, students discover the words. Okay, so the words are bye, hi, hello, and then goodbye. So you ask them, what are these? Hi, hello, bye, goodbye. What are these? You can move and then gestures help students find the words and find the concepts. So they will say tahiyya, right? Maybe in Arabic, right? So in English we call it lesson. In English we call it greetings. So today's lesson is going to be English greetings. Later on, right now that they understood the lesson and they understood the objective, you let them expose to some conversational exchanges that include some greetings, different, very varied forms of greetings. Okay, you let them listen maybe to audios, right? Some clips of audios, right? Or watch, very short video clips, right? That include, right, the greetings, or maybe read, some exchanges, right? Written in the form of a script. So you can give them in the form in handouts, and then the question is, try to find all the greetings in these exchanges. Okay, you give them again some time to look, to read or listen or watch, and then find out all the forms of greetings. Okay, and then after correction you will list all those forms of greetings on the board. Okay, then later on you ask them a question. Well, greetings can be divided or can be divided into two types. There are greetings when, or you ask them, when do we greet each other? You will say, when we meet and when we want to go, right? In the morning, in the afternoon, and so on and so forth, right? So you make this broad distinction, greetings when meeting and then when leaving, right? Now I want you ask your students, I want you to classify this list of greetings. Which one do we use at the beginning and which one do we use when we want to leave, right? You give away some time for students to, draw the table and then copy and classify those greetings. It's very important for students to write those greetings in their parts exercises as a form of practical task. And then after that, after a few minutes, right, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you do the correction, and students have now discovered the English greetings classified into greetings when meeting and when leaving. This is not the end. There are some very important points to raise later on. Now, listen. We got here hi and then hello. These are greetings when meeting, okay? But your attention, there is a slight difference between these two expressions. And again, bye and goodbye. They are the same. When leaving, right? When we want to go, right? We want to leave, we can say bye or goodbye. But your attention, there is a slight difference, okay? Little difference between these two expressions. Here you try to raise their awareness about formal and informal side of greeting a person. And then you can give a situation. Now, let me ask you, if you meet, you see your teacher outside, maybe in the street, and then you want to greet him, are you going to say, hey teacher, or are you going to say, hello teacher, right? So they will say hello teacher. Why? Because based on your gestures and the tone and intonation and all that stuff, right, they would say, great, في احترام, great, there is some respect. Say yes. That's what we call a formal style or a formal greeting. Okay, now they understood what the difference between formal and informal. To check for understanding, you can ask them about other informal and formal greetings that you have found, right? You can ask them about, hey, what's up guys, right? Is it formal or informal? You say it's informal, right? You say good morning sir, good morning doctor, right? You say it's formal. So this is a very important point to raise, formal and informal way of greeting. Then as an opportunity for students to speak, you can start up the move on, great, to speaking activity, asking students to play the role of new friends meeting each other for the first time, and they start getting to know one another. You make the situation very simple. You just ask student to arise, greet, exchange the greeting, and then ask just about, for instance, the name, right? What's your name? My name is, and then I am, and so on, right? You can give them an example, right? Written or through modeling, right? It's going to be good if it's both, right? An example of dialogues. Personally, I have given them about 3 dialogues, in which 2, friends exchange questions about name or about health conditions and so on, or just a greeting. Hello, good morning, how do you do, okay? So that's the very important points. You give students some time to prepare. After modeling, of course, when modeling, try to encourage students to act, to inspire them with a situation in which one meeting a person, or there is something that's happened in the street, and then was the reason why they started to get to know one another, great, and so on, greeting each other, and then asking each other about the name. So that's a very important thing to do. So students are given some time to prepare, and then when they are ready, of course, they come and then they act out the dialogue or the role play in front of the class. That's for today, a very important thing to do, right? And you insist on students to learn those greetings by heart, because they are the basics for them to start speaking, right? For start speaking with anyone, right? We have first to start with the greeting. Of course, they greet and then they ask about the name, and at the end they can just greet again, use another form of greeting when leaving, or nice to meet you too, and so on, okay? And that's a new lesson for today as far as English greetings is concerned. See you next time, inshallah, with a new lesson, and we are going to again provide some successful and experimented tips for a successful lesson plan. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and follow us, right? And raise any question, any kind of suggestion or idea that can improve our teaching and instructional strategies and performance. Thank you, and see you next time. Goodbye.